Going to the game, in the bottom right we do have Showtime, just demolishing trap with some beautiful army positioning and engagements. And in the top left we do have Coffee, one of the driven ones. He needs to defend his first spot in his region so he can go to the World Cup in Riyadh, can make it there into Saudi Arabia and basically get a free ticket because Oliveira was so kind to gift one to the Asian community by winning a 4th spot and a direct seat. And by the way, Oliveira has been looking crazy, like his transformation in Dallas from the regionals then to the Dallas playoffs was amazing. He's been looking so strong. He's been looking really polished, really solid. So I'm expecting great things from Oliveira actually going into Riyadh there. Looking really forward to his games because they have been action-packed. Showtime also someone who could be a contender to actually... I think he is actually already qualified, so Offie really needs to win these games here. Who did Showtime just beat? He just beat Trap in a best of 3. 2 games in a row. It's very interesting. I'm not sure where Showtime actually is right now, but he has been playing the Korean Cup. And you'd assume that he does not really like to play it with 350 ping from Europe and then beat Trap as handily as he did. So maybe he is somewhere currently traveling. And was somewhere in Asia where he could play the Korean Cup, maybe in China or somewhere else. I don't know actually. But it's also a little bit of a tell that he wasn't in Dallas. I'm not sure what's going on with Showtime recently there. Not exactly sure on his locations, what his plans are. Alright, we got a Reaper opening here, coming to scout. Of course, Showtime is going to be very defensive with his depth. Sit back, it's going to go into a Twilight Council, there we go. And Reaper trying to come in and find some information, but not going to find anything. And you love to see it. First Adept is going to shade out, second Adept. As the second Adept is going to join his position there. Really focusing on denying that scout there. And Coffee's going to try to pick off this Adept here, but 1 Marine against an Adept, I'd give that to the Adept. Showtime needs to be careful though, if he gets kind of cornered here. Can easily lose the Adept as well. Oh, he's going to pick off in a Marine and then shade out. It's going to be a nice pick off from him. Second gate and blink coming in here. We're gonna see maybe a third gate or maybe a very defensive 2-gate approach here. Actually, it's gonna be a robotics facility first here, so 2 gates into Robo after the blink. It's still no third gate with this, so this is gonna be rather light on the stalkers and a little bit more heavy on, well, if I know Showtime, it's most likely going to be observers. But we're gonna see. You can also just get a prism and then add some extra gates after the prism and then go for something very aggressive. There's a lot of options with a rotational build like this. You can rotate into a lot of options from this, fork into a lot of paths. Alright, Reaper's gonna confirm the third base here for Showtime show, so this should probably not be something super offensive, and as indeed we see observers and not a war prism being made here. Cyclone is on the field and yeah, gonna see what Cyclone's gonna do. I don't expect too much. On the turret side we do have actually a 3 barracks and tank push coming up here, so this is a 2-base timing push, and Coffee. So a little bit to Coffee. He's a lesser known player, I want to say. He's very old, an old standing player in the Chinese scene, but he never really made that big of a splash across the oceans and across the regions basically. Oh, picking off an observer, he's very nice actually. That's the first observer, and remember this was a very early robo committal, so no scouting information for Showtime. He does not know this is a 3 Rex. This is gonna be a tank bunker push onto his third base. I want to see the bunkers. But yeah, Coffee is someone who pioneers these kind of builds. And Showtime is just gonna find about this now. Like, he's gonna see this force, he's gonna see, oh, you have combat shoots, you have so many marines, you already have tanks. Oh, I have not the tools I need to deal with this. He needs to poke away the army and then blink into safety. He needs to shave off as many units as he can, but this is gonna be difficult. Especially with the Cyclone and the tanks here, adding so much extra damage. Already, stock is going very low here, 1 net. And losing the Adept as well. This is not something you can fight straight up with Stalkers. There should be Stim with his army. If we click on a Marine, there we go. Stim pack indeed is researched, and yeah, Coffee's just gonna push into this area with a couple SCVs. He's gonna maybe set up some bunkers, maybe not, maybe just gonna fight with these SCVs. Indeed, he's just gonna fight, not even gonna siege the tanks. Might just be a little bit of a mistake, but Stim is gonna win him the fight initially. Not focusing the shield battery. Doing so much work there for Showtime. But Coffee needs to win. He needs to stick in this position, exposing the tanks there on the north, but he gets most of the Stalkers in the bottom left there. Some of them did blink out and are trying to intercept those reinforcements. If he could have just gone for those... Oh, he's actually losing some of these to the tank here from the high ground. Not a good move there by Showtime. And now he already lost the Nexus on the third. He's gonna lose the Colossus to those 3 tanks and the Marauders. And I think this is gonna be it. Showtime definitely lacking the scouting information there. Coffee with a beautiful disguised 2-base timing attack here. Completely demolishing German Predators. Killing that ops was definitely key. That was one of the key moments, and I loved how he was moving his Cyclone there. He was looking for that actively. He was trying to deny the information with his Observer. That was so good. And he was super quick. Whenever the Observer was passing over his Cyclone, he immediately identified, oh, it's there. Boom. Scan. And gone. Alright, let's hop into game number 2 here. To have in the bottom left, Showtime. And in the top right, it is our blue Terran player, Coffee. With a beautiful, disguised 2-base timing attack there, taking game number 1. And yeah, you normally like, you know, hey, who's this Coffee guy? Like, who's a Chinese guy? Okay, yeah, this is Showtime. He's not gonna lose a map to this dude, right? Is he? And there we go. He already lost the first one. Can Coffee bring a second map to the table here? And he make a second map his win and advance into the cup, into the points basically. Coffee really is kind of fishing for those points here. He needs to defend his position. I think he's like 15 points ahead, I want to say, of Cyan. Cyan is the second player, and like, imagine, so there's 3 cups a week, so there's up to 30 points per week. So standings can definitely change within like 1 week. He can lose his first position. He needs every single point he can get. And Cyan and Coffee have been, specifically those two, have been really grinding those cups recently, have been kind of placing top 4, top 8, top 4 in most of those. And they even have been playing Europe from China, placing top 8 there. It's been amazing how both of those players have been really on fire. Kind of incredible how they've been really stepping up their game and pushing everybody to the limit. Of course, Firefly is also in the race, but he's a little bit more to the bottom. I want to say he's like 50 points behind Coffee. Of course, he can still make it. And actually, he has been one of those players who has accumulated more points from the Open Cups already. So he has been historically doing better than the other 2 in the Open Cups. But it is not like he hasn't really been grinding those cups, so I don't know if he's not, if he thinks like he's too far off already, or if he's like focusing more on his practice for the actual qualifier. Remember, there is gonna be 2 spots from a qualifier, and those are gonna happen at the beginning of July, the first July weekend, just after 4th of July, 6th and 7th of July, so there you go. Those are gonna be 2 direct seats into the, I wanna say, knockout bracket. I'm not 100% sure. Oliveira already locked his spot. This is because Oliveira locked his spot with the top 4 finish. The regional spot from the Asia region or China region is open. This is why this is happening right now with Coffee, Firefly and Cyan in the first place. Every top 4 finisher from the what is it? From the Dallas, IM Dallas, did lock a spot. They got a direct seat. So even Oliveira was already undisputed the best in his region, so he already had the slot. But he literally gifted a slot to his region by finishing top 4 and making making the direct seat basically. This is a beautiful attack here by Coffee. Actually fighting the army, really. I love this approach here, going to kill 2 of these stalkers there, and it's gonna kill 5 probes here with this Reaper Hellion Force. Still counting there, maybe getting a 6th one. That was a beautiful snipe there on the low probe, and even getting out with the Reaper. A beautiful poke here. Oh, is he gonna? No! Wow! Ooh, he's so greedy, man. This Reaper is so greedy. It must be so low. Let's click on it. It's like it was away. 1 hit from death here. Maybe he can get even 1 more probe. Yeah, there we go. Probe number 7, I want to say. Let's have a look at it. So this is the most beautiful opening you can hope for as a Terran player, right? Can't really get any better than this. Killing 7 workers and some army units? And you only trade like Hellion Reaper? Wow. That's the perfect opening. Alright, War Prism on the way here for Showtime. And let's actually have a look. We have 3 gates and a Dark Shrine, so I'm looking to do something here offensively. And we need to kind of see if Coffee pulls scans or if he has any other form of the, detection. So far this is gonna look like just the same push in the like the first game, and well, issue is this might just hit before the Dark Shrine and the Prism thing is gonna be ready. The Prism is gonna go across the map now. The Shrine is only halfway done, and honestly this group of units is gonna hit before the Shrine can warp in units at the other side of the map. It's gonna be here if he pushes for the 3rd. He could again go here in between the bases, but this would be very committed. Let's see Showtime what he's gonna do here. If he's gonna warp in DTs on the other side or at home. He warped in Stalkers. So even if this thing finishes now, he does not have open weapons. We need to take note of that. He used his weapons up. So maybe they should just finish with the Shrine. Oh, he's gonna lose this base actually. No cancel there. Big mistake. And we have 1 DT getting warped in here. In the Terran base. Alright, we do have a scan there. This is a little bit of a waste. He sees 1 DT here and he's gonna kill 1. This is actually turning out to be beautiful, yeah, for him. And yeah, Showtime is just gonna GG. He does not have anything to fight off the army with. And Coffee's gonna take this serious, man. Gonna take it.